Welcome to Creative Momentum with Meg Dunley. This is the first season of my podcast, and this season is called the Chateau season. I recorded interviews with artists and writers who I attended my writing residency with at the Chateau de. And this season is a collection of those interviews, talking to them about their process, inspiration, routines, and I asked them all for some pearls of wisdom for other creatives. I hope you enjoy this season. Hello and welcome to the next episode of Creative Momentum with Meg Dunley. In this episode, I chat with Colleen Flynn, a writer and journalist from upstate New York. I met Colleen at Chateau de. We were both doing writing residency there. And in this interview, she talks about the vulnerability of sharing work, about how to use different things to enrich our storytelling. And it's a lovely chat, and I hope you enjoy it. And I'll see you on the other side. Hi, Colleen.
Hello.
Thank you for agreeing to have a chat with me about your creative process and creativity. Can you just start by telling me your name and where you're from?
Yeah, I'm Colleen Flynn. I'm from New York, upstate, so very countryside, not the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of like this?
No, not quite as beautiful, not luxurious.
Yeah, not
apple
lush.
farms.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Can you please tell me what you do creatively? What's your discipline?
I like to write.
Mm-hmm.
I was a reporter before coming here, so I would do news articles.
Mm-hmm.
And I sew occasionally. I'm not very good at it, but I'm learning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love sewing too.
Yeah.
And I love that kind of thinking, like, I'm not good at it, but I'm learning. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to tailor my clothes.
Yeah. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Tell me what is your creative process?
I don't know if I have a set process.
Mm-hmm.
When I was reporting, I would obviously do research on what I'm writing about,
Mm-hmm.
try to learn as much as I can,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of write down bullet points. So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm talking to someone and kind of get frustrated or like lost in my mind, I'll look at that and kind of ground myself and like bring me back to what I've been researching.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's helped a lot. But I don't know. I feel like I write down a few of my ideas before fully typing out what I want to say.
Yeah. Where or who is you? Where do you get your inspiration from? Your creative inspiration, or who do you get your creative inspiration?
I feel like my emotions a lot. I am in therapy, so a lot of my creative process came from my therapy homework, where she would tell me to write before I go to bed, or like if I get too emotional one day, to paint out my feelings. And I feel like that has helped me kind of be grounded in how I'm feeling and be enjoying what I'm writing at the same time.
I love that.
Yeah.
And tapping into those feelings. And do you feel what effect do you feel like that has on your writing?
I feel like I personally love when people talk about issues that are going on in their life, because I love when it's normalized. Like, people aren't glamorous, like their life isn't perfect. And I like learning about that because I think other people are perfect, but they're not. So I guess, like, to me, I want to show that, like, life isn't great all the time.
Yeah, I love that. Tell me, do you have a routine for your writing?
I feel like no. I write down what comes in my mind, and then I think I'll go back and change a lot of what I wrote before. And I think that's really it for my process. I'll try to get feedback from people, but that's usually like a close knit group of people that I know and trust. So it's hard being here and being like, oh, please read this. Like, tell me what's wrong, because it's a little scary not knowing everyone, but it's something I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, yeah. If you were to have a chat with someone who was just like beginning their writing or some other kind of creative pursuit, what piece of wisdom would you want to pass on to them?
I guess like keep trying. I think writing a different style for me is so intimidating, but it was scary when I first started my reporting job. But as time went on and like as I wrote more of that style, it got easier. And I learned a lot through that. So I think trying to write stories and chapters now here, it's very intimidating. And it's my first time writing that way, so it's really scary. But I know with time I'll get better and I'll grow. So I think just keep writing, keep trying, keep learning.
Anything else that you'd want to share with them? You mentioned something about having a close group of people that you can share your writing with. Do you think that's something that is beneficial as a writer?
Yeah, at least for me, I feel like it's such a personal thing where it's hard to open up that way. I feel so exposed when people are reading my work, especially if I'm sitting in the same room. It's hard for me to like sit down and watch someone read and critique what I'm doing, even though that's how you grow and learn, but it just feels very vulnerable. So being in that space with someone you know and trust is definitely helpful for me.
Yeah. How long before you shared any of your writing with anyone else?
I've never sent out any of my work to any of my friends yet. Every time every time I've written like a news article or like a news piece or a freelance project, my friends will be like, oh, send me something you would want us to read, and I'm like, okay, and then I never do. So it's kind of like if they want to go out and find my work, they could, and then they would probably tell me about it, but I don't know, I haven't really shared any of my pieces yet. Maybe my mom.
Yeah.
She's read something.
Yeah. I think, for writers it can feel incredibly vulnerable because so much of us is in our own writing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it is with art as well, but I know writing more than I know art. Yeah. Thank you for your little pieces of wisdom and, sharing about your creative process and your routine. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed that interview with Colleen Flynn, and I loved some of the things that she talked about that vulnerability, as I mentioned before, and about how we can use other things that we do to enrich our storytelling or our creative work. If you liked this episode, please do like, share, subscribe and follow, and I'll see you next week.